What is going on, lads? It's Billy the Kid here, and today I'm here to bring you yet another Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary. And this one is going to be a sequel to my last one, which was my tips and advice for those who are interested in starting off a YouTube channel. So this one is going to focus on the technology side, the gadget side of what you should acquire for your YouTube channel if you're interested in starting one. This is just my personal tips and advice. This is what I run, so take away a hint of, or a grain of salt, I should say, from my last video. You don't have to get all this stuff, but it's just my advice for those if you want to do it right. So, first off, before I want to start this commentary, I want to thank Fawn111 and my good buddy Wharton for keeping me alive in this scout helicopter. We were playing last night. I don't know when this video is going to go up, so it's probably not last night. But we were playing on this endgame map whose name I completely have forgotten. Oh, it's Operation Riverside, I believe it's called. And I just got in the scout heli, and Fawn kept on repairing me. So good man, Fawn. Thanks for the repairs, buddy. And we just went completely apeshit on this enemy team. They completely, I think, were just full of noobs who were just new to the game, and I just got the biggest kill streak in this thing. So anyway, thanks to my good buddy Wharton for laser painting, and great thanks to Fawn for keeping me alive. So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, as this video is going to go on. If I run out of gameplay, it'll probably go into something else. Anyway, so the first thing you want to try and do for your YouTube channel. So you want to do a YouTube channel. Fantastic. Everybody can do it. So, it's not cheap. Let me tell you that for one. Straight away, the stuff I had to get, it wasn't cheap. So the first thing you're obviously going to have to get is video capturing software. Now, the first thing you want to do is decide which platform you want to capture your games on. If you're a PC gamer, then you're going to go with PC capture. Then if you're a console gamer, you're going to go with console. So when I started off this channel, I obviously was console, and I looked into video capturing devices, and the first one I got, and what I still use today, hasn't failed me at all, is the Hauppauge HD PVR. And like I said, it hasn't failed me. Now, I think that cost me about €200. I think it was, what, 3 years ago now? I think it's like 3 years I've had it. And it did cost me like €200. So like I said, it's not cheap. But you should be able to find one pretty cheap now. There are new versions of the Hauppauge HD PVR. I think it's the PVR 2. And then there's a gaming version. I think it gives you... I think it doesn't make the videos as big. But it really is up to you. You need to do your research on what you want to use to capture your console gameplay. There is another video capture device called the Elgato, which I am not familiar with. I haven't used it, but my other YouTube friends have used it, and I had a look on it. And if I had to recommend you getting one for your console gameplay, get the Elgato. It's so much more smaller than the PVR. It has far less wires. If you saw the wires, protruding out of my television, you'd think I was creating some type of monster. And the Elgato is much smaller, uses far less wires. So if I had to recommend one, get the Elgato. So you need to do your research into what console video capture device you want. If you're onto PC, then there's 2 or 3 good options. There's DxTory, and there's a software called Action. Now, I had to thank Ole, aka Chalk1, for pointing me towards Action, because I really haven't used anything since. I've only been using it for like 2 months, I'd say now, but it hasn't failed me one little bit. It's really nice. It's really easy to use. So, it's like other software. You do have to buy it. There is a free version, I think, that gets you a few features, but I bought mine, and I think it's like $20, so it's nothing really. And like I said, it's really good, really easy. DxTory, I can't remember if you have to buy that. I'm pretty sure you do, but like I said, you have to do your research into what gaming capture device you want. So you have your gaming capture device. Good. Now what do you need to get? So actually, now that I think about it, that could be the second thing you should get. The first thing you need to get is a good computer. Now, like I said in my previous video, I started off with a really old laptop. It didn't have much RAM in it. It didn't have much, it was very, very slow. Let's just say that. It took me 10 minutes to make, it took me 1 hour to do a 10-minute video, to render it out in Sony Vegas. So the computer I have is an Intel i7 2600 3.4 gigahertz. Look, I'm a PC noob, so don't ask me, oh, what's your RAM, what's this, what's that. I have 6 gigabytes of RAM. Some other people have 8, some have 14, I have 6. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in this, a 550 watt power pack, and a GTX 670 graphics card. That runs really well for high-end games like Arma 2, and it really does give me a good frame rate for War Thunder, PlanetSide 2, all these other really top games. That's why I have. So what else should you invest in? An external hard drive would be one of them. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in this i7, so that's a lot of space. But before I bought the computer, I have this Seagate 1 terabyte hard drive. It's a big help for capturing videos, because videos do take up a lot of space, especially PC videos. The footage you capture on your PC. Right now I have my DX Story and Action settings. It's basically, when you're recording a PC gameplay, it's 1 gigabyte a minute. So if it's, I think it's a little over 1 gigabyte a minute. So that you can see, like a 20-minute video is nearly like 20 gigabytes. So it's a lot of space taken up. And if you have a very old computer, then you might run out of space really quickly in terms of gameplay, PC gameplay videos. It's not the same for console gameplay. It's much more smaller. But you might want to invest in an external hard drive. It's just up to you. The Seagate 1 terabyte cost me, I think, 120, 130 euro. You can get 2 terabytes. I think that's 180, 190 euro. Depending on where you live, of course. If you're not living in Europe, then it's going to be different. If you're living in the UK with the pound, or America with the dollar, you'll just have to investigate for yourself. Now that we have our computer, now that we have our video capturing devices, what we need to do now is look into a video editing software to make your videos. Now, there are a lot of ones out there. Some actually come with some of the video capturing software, like PVR. I think something comes along with that. I've never used it, but the one I use is Sony Vegas Pro 11, and this is the system. This is the software that I use to make my videos. It cost me somewhere around 295 euro, I believe. I think maybe I've been a bit much, or a bit more, I should say. I didn't personally buy it myself. I actually got it as a birthday gift, so I can't actually give you the price. I believe it was 295 euro, and like I said, you'll have to research the prices on your own. But this is the video editing software that I use. It took me a little while to get used to it. I ran through a good few tutorials on YouTube on how to split a video, how to do some effects, how to put in text, how to put in sharpness, color correction, all that stuff. So if you're new to video editing software, you might want to look for something else, but Sony Vegas Pro 11 is what I use. It will just take you a few maybe hours or even a few days to get used to the different stuff you can do, but it is reliable. It's very good. Some people use Adobe After Effects, which is much more advanced. I don't think I could ever get used to that, but there is like other things you can do in that, like 3D text and all these cool effects you can do. So whatever you're into, invest some money into Sony Vegas. I would recommend it, so it's just up to you. Now that we have our video editing software, we need to get a good microphone. This is key. This could be like one of the biggest things you could get, other than like a computer and video editing software. You want to be heard very clearly. You want to be heard like very, good quality. So you might invest in a very good microphone. Now the headset, the one I'm actually using right now, is a Turtle Beach PX21 headset. If you noticed in my last video, you kind of may have noticed a change in the quality of microphone right at the end, where I give my goodbyes. You can hear a difference between that microphone and the one before that. That's because the one before that I was using my Blue Snowball, and both microphones are good, but obviously the Turtle Beach headset is much more convenient. All I have to do is just put it on my head and start talking, and the Blue Snowball is great as well. So if I had to recommend two good microphones to look into, it would be the PX21 headset which I use for gaming and recording my live commentaries with my other friends. And the blue snowball is really good for commentaries because I have a pop filter with that, and so you won't have to worry about my P's or B's or anything like that blown onto the microphone. So now we have our microphone. What else do we need? We need a audio software to maybe get rid of the background noise. If you're living in a built up area like a town or a city and your computer is right next to a window, you'll hear lots of traffic in the background. Or if you're living in an apartment, you'll hear people upstairs or downstairs. You know, you might want to remove the background noise, and Audacity, which is free software, so it's good news for those who are freaking out, oh my god, how much is this going to cost me? So Audacity is good to get rid of the background noise of all that. You want to be heard clearly. You don't want to be hearing like a Hoover in the background of your commentaries if you're doing commentaries. So like I said, Audacity is good, so look it up. One other thing is if you want to do custom thumbnails for your videos, I use Photoshop CS5, and once again it was a gift, so I can't tell you quite the price, but I can guarantee you it's probably very expensive. But if you want to do custom thumbnails, I mean, you don't have to use Photoshop. There's probably other software out there to do thumbnails. I think you can do thumbnails in YouTube. I'm not too sure, but Photoshop is what I use, so that's what I use. For recording in-game live comms on console and PC, I use Skype. I Skype with my friends all the time, and then I use a program called CallGraph, which records the call, and then I put the call into the when I'm editing my videos, I get the gameplay, and then I put the call underneath that, and I work with that. Action, the video software that I use, it actually records the call anyway, so I don't have to use CallGraph for that. It puts it on a separate track, so that's good. And with that, I can't really think of anything else to say because I've pretty much said everything that I use to edit my videos. Like I said, this is all my stuff. You don't have to get everything that I have, but if you want to do it right, and if you want to have good, you know, nice, really, really slick quality HD stuff, then I would suggest all of this. Well, most of all of this. You don't have to get it, like I said. I'm sure people in the comment section below will give you a few pointers on where else to go for this stuff, or what else to get. Maybe it's a bit cheaper. So lads, this is BillyTheKid. I hope you enjoyed the video as always. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. We were pretty much raping them in that scout heli. Once again, I want to thank Fawn 111 and Wharton for keeping me alive and helping the ownage last a lot longer. I'm surprised they didn't shoot me down. They were definitely trying, but it looks like there was a lot of noobs on the opposite team. Anyway lads, thanks again for watching. This is BillyTheKid. Please like, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good crack, and I'll see you again lads. Thanks again for watching.
Let the games begin.